Hey, what's up everybody? It's Flux with Fluxwithit.com, and today we're going to check out taking some older gear that's become a little bit more affordable these days and breathing new life into it and really just getting the most out of our gear and our dollar. So the first thing that I wanted to start out with was samplers. Everybody loves using drum samplers and everybody wants to get a great deal on them, but today there really isn't a whole lot of great drum samplers that are still standalone hardware. And you have to kind of look to the past to see the best things. Yeah, there's things like the Octatrack out there, but they fall down in a couple of other areas where some of the older gear really was great. It just needed a few minor improvements. And luckily, with those gears being out these days for a good long while, the DIY community has really kind of grabbed hold and made improvements, and that's what we're going to cover now. So the first thing I want to look at is the MPC 1000. The MPC 1000 was a pretty portable sampler for the time, and even to this day, there aren't many hardware samplers that can do what it does in such a portable fashion. They kind of skimped on a few things when they designed it. One of those things was the pad sensors. They originally put in a single pad sensor assembly that tended to break, get dirt in it, and have other sorts of sensitivity issues. A company out there named NPCstuff.com came out with a fat pad system with corks in it that allow you to upgrade your pad. Now the original MPC 1000, as I mentioned, had those single pad sensors, but later on in life, Akai realized the fault in that engineering and changed it back to a single sensor for all the pads. How you can determine whether or not you have that MPC 1000 version is simply grab a hold of the 1000 and start wiggling on the pads. If you notice that the other pads adjacent to it don't wiggle when you wiggle it, you probably have a single pad sensor and you'll probably want to do this upgrade. So let's take a look at the 1000. So here we have the MPC 1000, and as I said, you can see that it's fairly portable. You know, it's a little bit thick, but for the most part, this thing is pretty portable, okay? The pad sensors on this one are the single pad sensors. So you can get this one online pretty darn cheap, probably about $350 to $425, somewhere around there. Now here I have the NPCstuff.com pad upgrade. As you can see, it's all one sheet, and the pads are a nice neon green because, well, I'm Flux, so of course I'm going to go neon green. The Akai assembly on here has changed from the single pad sensor to this sheet underneath here where all the pads are the same sheet, okay? These pads, these fat pads, they're thicker so they feel better on your hands, and they also have a corks assembly inside of them, so there's a firm piece underneath of it that improves the sensitivity of the pads. This will allow you to get much more detailed with your finger drumming. Okay, so what we're going to do to upgrade these pads is just take out some screws and basically just plug the daggone thing in. What's really cool is the original fat pad upgrade had everything really separated and you had to do a lot more work by yourself. But NPCstuff.com kind of improved everything, and really they did most of the work for you. So I've already got the pads mounted to the metal bracket. The sensor is already glued down on there. They've already got the board installed here, so really all we have to do is unplug these two cables from the old pad sensor and put the new one in place and screw it down. So let's go ahead and do that now. Flux of Fluxwithit.com, checking out the MPCstuff.com fat pad upgrade for the MPC 1000. Peace.